Hi, Leo. This is your self-love reading. Keep in mind that this is a general reading and this will not resonate for every single Leo out there. So let's get started. As you can already tell, Leo, I went and already pulled a card for you to kind of get an understanding of where my Leos are at when it comes to self-love. And the first card that came out, of course, was love. It's not about finding love. You are love itself. Help me, Lord, to send so much compassion and caring to the inner child that and to the inner child that I always remember I myself am love. Woo! So, Leos, for some of you guys might have for some of you guys have been single perhaps for a while, or you've never really felt like you've ever found that true person that really loves you. You guys could have gotten into so many relationships that perhaps have never worked out and have always left you feeling less love when you went in, right? So what I'm really feeling for some of you guys is you guys are learning to find love within yourself in order to find love externally, because it all starts with self. It all starts with how you perceive yourself, right? If you always look at yourself in a negative way, and you always see yourself in such a negative light, of course, other people around us might see us in that way too, because we're projecting that to our reality. We're projecting what is happening. So for some of us, we're having to really learn to step back and take a seat and really acknowledge what is happening here, Leo, because I really am feeling that for some of you guys have been, for some of you guys really been trying to date. Or perhaps you've written love off because you just feel like nobody will ever see the true you. But do you see the true you, Leo? Because I really am feeling that for some of you guys are really having to learn to be honest with yourselves. How are you treating yourself? If you're treating yourself poorly, how do you expect other people will treat you? You know, I guess we can get frustrated all we want, but really it comes down to true self-love. It really does. It comes down to how you treat yourself. If you treat yourself poorly, why do you think other people would? How do you think other people would respond, right? I think you guys are coming down to a final decision. For some of you guys, like I kept sensing, you guys could have been writing off love. That perhaps you feel like you don't have the capability to receive that love. And now you guys are learning to have to validate yourself. I think that for a lot of my Leos, I think you guys have seen a lot with relationships. I think that you have dealt with enough people in your life that now you don't really know if you can trust yourself. You don't really know if you can trust yourself when it comes to love, trust yourself when it comes to other partners. For some of you guys, I just keep feeling that, like, that sense of grief. Like, there's a deep sense of loss with my Leos. And because of that, I think that you guys have, like I kept saying, written off love, or keep trying to find that special person, right? I keep sensing for some of you guys, you're like, when will my soulmate come? Like, I just keep feeling that. Like, when will my soulmate be here? And what's really happening is you're needing to find, like, how can you expect to find somebody who's going to love you so much when you can't even love yourself? It's like, you know, when they say something about misery loves company. How do you expect other people to treat you if you don't even love to be in your own space? Because I am sensing for a lot of you guys, I feel like the people that I'm tapping into, I feel like I'm dealing with Leos that have experienced what it's like to be rejected over and over again, perhaps in childhood from a parent or something. As I just keep feeling like you've been wanting your parental love. Like, there's a parent that perhaps never really gave you the love that you desired, and the love that they might have given you could have been conditional love. It had stipulations to it. So perhaps, Leo, you've learned that love wasn't safe. And it's like, for some of you guys, you might not be consciously aware of that belief, but it's controlling your life. Perhaps when you get into a relationship, you almost come at it in a position to where you're expecting it to crash and burn before it even starts. It's almost like you believe that you are not worthy of love, so you attract people that are unemotionally available. So they're just not emotionally available to you. They are not wanting to commit to you. They maybe see you as the second person, or, like, I'm just sensing, like, for some of you guys, you were never that person's priority. You've always felt like you were the person in the back seat, right? Always in the back burner. Whenever this person wants to be around you, then they will. It almost seems like that. Oh, if this person wants something, they'll call. But this person never calls you just to see if you're okay. Like, I'm sensing that. Like, you've dealt with people like this in the past. You've always had a circumstance where you always felt like you had to be there for other people. And you've always had this, like, because Leos can be very loyal individuals. And for some of you guys, you might have been very loyal to the wrong people. And it's because my Leos are having to learn to become loyal to themselves. How are you treating yourself? What are you doing to yourself? Are you guys consistently eating junk food that you know is not nourishing your body? Are you guys... Because for some of you guys, maybe body issues is a big thing for you. Maybe you feel insecure about whatever body part you are experiencing. Like, I'm just sensing, like, for some of you guys, it's a lot of factors that require you to have, like, self-hatred. It just really feels like that, Leo. Like, there's a parts of you that you hate and reject. And because of that, you're not finding people that love and accept you. You're finding people that hate and reject you. You're finding people that just don't care, that just consistently walks all over you. And it's because you allow others to walk all over you, because I think for what happened for some of my Leos, in order to feel loved and safe, perhaps in a childhood, you guys have had to essentially dim your light, essentially pull yourselves back. You learn to reject parts of you in order to fit in with other people. And including, I just keep sensing, like, there's a parent figure. There's a parent that has taught you to essentially put yourself second. And because you put yourself second, other people put you second. And you always feel this need for love. You always feel this need for closeness, but you never get to experience that, Leo, because it always feels like it's out of your touch, it's out of your reach. There's always something that you see. It's almost like you can see it, but you're not able to touch it. You're not able to grab it. It's almost like it's never tangible. And it's because you're holding yourself back. It's because there's a piece of you that feels like others have to accept me in order for me to accept myself. When really, in reality, it's quite the opposite, Leo. You have to learn to accept yourself, and then other people will accept you. And I will say this, and I will continuously say this time and time again to everybody that tunes in to any of my videos. Self-love is not an easy thing. It is not for the faint of heart. It takes so much out of you to find those within you, to find that piece of you that you've lost. Because it's never really lost. It just feels that way because there's a part of us that has rejected or suppressed a part of us because we were afraid that it wasn't lovable. And you're having to learn to take back control and know that all of you is lovable. Every single bit of you is lovable. And you're having to learn to really find that in you, Leo. And it's going to take a lot of strength. Luckily, Leos are known to have a lot of strength, right? So tap into that piece of you that has that strength, that has that power, because you are a powerful individual. And I really am sensing that whoever I'm picking up on right now, if this is resonating for you guys have so much to offer this world. It's insane. But you are holding yourself back because you don't think you're beautiful enough, or because you don't think that you deserve to find somebody who will actually treat you with respect, who will actually admire you and see you for who you truly are. Because you as an individual deserve to have what it is that you truly want and desire. It just requires you to have faith in yourself. It requires you to have to really see your real worth and your real value, Leo. So let's see what we have here. We have, I follow my joy. Your thoughts influence the kind of day you'll have. Name 3 ways you can make today even more enjoyable than you thought it was going to be. So what makes you happy? Find that, right? Oftentimes, I've even noticed this within myself lately because I have a Leo moon, so I really can resonate with this. I've having to find things that make me feel joy because I've realized that I have disconnected from that joy, right? Life I've taken so seriously all the way up to this point, and we can't always live in that state, right? You always have to find things that can bring you joy, because the more you focus on joy, it's almost like the more things will accumulate that will bring you joy. So what makes you happy? Figure that out. Because when you do, and for some of you might have something in mind, the first thing that pops into your head, try it. If it doesn't work out, no big deal. You can always redirect. So whatever pops into your head, the first thing, what's going to bring me joy today? Whatever pops into your mind, try it. It's actually kind of interesting. It's really fun too, because you get to explore parts of yourself that you didn't even know existed, because we're always going to be self-learning. And think about it in this terms. You are a soul that goes on for an eternity. So you will always learn new things about yourself, even till the day you die, right? And then the next life, you'll learn something new. It's like you're always going to be evolving. You're always going to be learning. So you need to learn to trust yourself, because you can't really make a mistake, Leo. You can only grow. And that's what mistakes are. It's a lesson in which you no longer I don't like that. And see, so that's one thing that you know that you don't like. So that's one thing you can write off the list, and there's something else that you can go on to. So look at it like that, where there's no win or lose. It's just you're finding what you don't like and what you do like, right? I choose to live with ease. Life does not have to be as difficult as sometimes you may. Oh my gosh, sorry. Life does not have to be as difficult as sometimes you make it. Complete the sentence. The one way I can let my life be easier is... Again, I feel like whatever comes to your mind, the first thing that pops into your head, trust your gut, Leo. You're really good with trusting your gut. Whatever first answer you receive is normally the most correct answer. It's just having to learn to trust yourself. And as I said that, I looked out the window and I think I just saw a massive raven fly by. So I don't know, it could be confirmation for some of you. I choose happiness. Memo to self. Remember to enjoy the miracle of existence today. The fact that you are alive and the fact that you are breathing, Leo, just proves to me that you deserve happiness, that you deserve love, just like everybody else. So that's really something here, Leo. I feel like this is a very deep reading, honestly. There's something here. You have to choose happiness. You have to follow what brings you joy. You can't just think about it. You have to do it, right? And right when I was about to say that, we had action fly out. So that's really cool. So let's see here. Okay, this is it. All right. And you're having to learn to forgive yourself. It's always so hard to forgive. It's easier to forgive other people, but true forgiveness is forgiving yourself, right? Because once you learn to forgive yourself, it's almost like whatever situation you're forgiving yourself for, you just naturally forgive everyone else that was involved, because you no longer hold on to it, because again, everything goes back to self. That's my main teaching, because that's the only thing that I have ever truly learned. I have always blamed others, but every time I do that, I just eventually realize, no, it was really actually me the whole time, right? So we're having to really learn that, Leo. So we have action. You have the courage to express the unique loving colors of your soul. So taking action within things that you like, finding and following that joy, you have to take action in the physical world to find that, right? And whatever it is, go out and explore the world. Don't keep yourself so small. Don't dim your light, Leo, to try and make other people happy, because what happens is you can never satisfy other people. You can only help really satisfy yourself. So here we have integrity. You demonstrate the truth and honesty of your soul and manifest love with your every action. Again, with your action. I think for some of you guys, you can't think about it. You have to really take it out there into the world. You really have to manifest that. Bring it into the physical, Release. You have the ability to give over unwanted energies to the loving forces of the universe. So release what it is that is holding you back. And for a lot of you guys, it's just feeling like you're not enough. Leo, you are enough. The fact, again, like I'm going to say, the fact that you are alive just proves that you are enough for existence. If the universe thought that you were enough to be alive, then clearly you deserve it. Clearly, you are the one that really, if the universe thinks that you need to exist, then clearly you need to exist for a reason, right? The fact that you are here just proves that you're here to not only help yourself, but to those around you. And it starts with self. So once you learn to love yourself, that's when you can truly learn to love other people. So that's what I have for my Leos. I hope that this resonates for you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope that this helps you. Thank you guys. Have a great and wonderful day. Thank you. Bye.